Hey y'all, Brandon Hewitt here at Be Random Fishing, and this is The Bait. I love this is The Bait. This is the Terminator Walking Frog Jr., and it's my favorite hollow body frog. It's 2.5 inches long and it's a 1/2 ounce, so you can still cast it with the bait caster really well with that heavy braid. Here's one that's been munched like crazy. I did make a couple modifications to this frog. I trimmed the legs just a little bit and I bent the hooks so they're just barely off of the body of the frog. You don't have to bend the hooks much, just enough so they're not like buried into the side of the frog. You do snag a little bit more, but my hookup ratio went up like 75%. It's definitely a modification I would recommend. The frog has a drain hole in the bottom, so it'll drain out the water when you cast. It's really tight around the nose. A lot of frogs, when you catch fish on it, they crinkle up. You have to like spend a lot of time fixing the frog. It'll pull out, it'll break the plastic here at the nose. But this frog I had no issues with. It's caught lots of fish, and this is my original frog. It's still floating really well. It doesn't fill up with water very much. You don't have to like spend a lot of time squishing water out of it. It's by far my favorite frog. Let me go take you guys out on the kayak, show you a couple fish I caught on this bait right here. Looked at the lake this morning. At sunrise. It's like glass. We're gonna tear them up today. Alright y'all, I made those modifications to the frog. Those hook points are just barely sticking up. So we're hoping that that's gonna get us some more hook sets. Already got one! Oh, and he's on! Oh, first cast of the day. Oh, and he choked it. Look at that! Choked it. Gotcha. Oh yeah. Dang, that's a nice one. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Come on. Come on. Gotcha. Dang. That is a nice bass. Holy crap. Double hooks right there in the top of the mouth. Look at that, guys. There she goes. There it is. That was the cast. Darn it. Gotcha. Yep. Come on, buddy. Oh, you're a fat one, aren't you? Oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh my gosh. So this is the Walking Frog Jr. in the package, brand spanking new. It's in the bluegill color. It's 2.5 inches long and it's a 1/2 ounce, so it's still heavy enough to cast. It is a beautiful bait. It's got VMC hooks. You guys can see this one, how beat up it is. I caught a lot of fish on this frog. So let's go ahead and get this opened and I'll show you guys what it looks like brand spanking new out of the box. There it is. The Terminator Walking Frog Jr. in bluegill color. You can see how beautiful that orange is, the iridescent coloring. This frog gets bit. One thing about the new frog, look how much longer the legs are. So that's how they are straight out of the box. They are 4 inches long, and I trimmed them down to 2.5 inches long on the old one. You can see the difference there. One other thing I did on the old one is I bent the hooks up just a tiny bit. You can see on the new one, these hook points kind of dig into the side of the frog, and I was missing a lot of fish. So I bent them up a little bit just so they're sticking up off of the frog. I did get snagged a little bit more, but it really wasn't that bad. That's the one thing I recommend you guys do, bend those hooks up. Another thing is I looked everywhere online. I Googled and couldn't find the cross-sectional cutout of a hollow body frog. So what I did with my old one, which kind of stinks because it was still in good shape. I was still fishing with it, and for scientific purposes, I cut it in half. So you guys can see what it looks like inside a hollow body frog. You can see there's no extra chambers for the hook to come through. You can see where the weight is positioned in the bottom of the frog. That helps it sit like this. That way it's easier to walk since the weight of the frog is in the back. And it also helps cast farther. Yeah, y'all, this is a really hard picture to find. I searched everywhere and I could not find a cross-section cutout of a hollow body frog, let alone the Walking Frog Jr. So that's it. That's pretty neat. You can see where the hook comes through. You can see the connection. Here, let me pull this through the tip. Right there. That's how the hook is connected. It's just this really durable piece of metal. It's not a swivel. It doesn't swivel. It's just a thick metal piece that holds the hook and gives you somewhere to tie your line. And it still lets it swivel around a little bit. And then it's got this little metal, I don't know what that is, like a cone, to keep it from pulling through the nose of the frog. This is the new one and the old one. You can see how chewed up that old one is. They're durable frogs. But look at, that's it right there. You can see on the bottom of that new one how pretty those colors are. You got the orange belly, just like a bluegill. It's got that orange breast right there. And man, they munch this bait. But that is the Walking Frog Jr., you guys. I really like filming this series. Leave in the comments any kind of baits you want me to review. It is getting really hot, so this warm weather baits are going to do well. These do really, really well in the mornings before it heats up. I have my fish finder now, so we can probably hunt down some bass in some deeper water, maybe some big worms, shaky heads. Anything else you guys can think of, just let me know in the comments. And always remember to fish, learn, repeat. We'll catch you on the next one.